Hi friends, it's CC and welcome to Hobby Hands. In today's vlog, we will build the Italeri 1/72 scale A-6E TRAM Intruder, kit number 1392. Let's look inside the box. As you can see, the model is already partially built. I put the fuselage and the wings together. I've also done the cockpit bits and painted and built it, and I've masked the canopy clear pieces and the engine intakes. The fit wasn't too bad. As you can see, there was not much of a seam lines and I didn't need to use a lot of filler. There's bits here that needed to have a bit of filler just to smooth it out. Panel lines were quite good, although I had to run a scriber through certain areas just to get it to the correct depth that I liked. So there you go. It's almost all assembled now. And decided to build this in a flying position. The gear doors didn't quite fit 100%. As you can see, there's a little bit of gaps. When I paint the model, the gap should not be too clear. This model is going to be the Marines version, which will be a dark grey up top and a lighter grey at the bottom. As you can see, these are the missiles and the bombs, which I've already started painting. I have to go through with another couple of coats to get the correct opacity. The remaining pieces will be the jet intakes, pylons, the tail stabilizer. As you can see with the tail stabilizer, I've got an arrow marked on the stabilizer that will tell me which is the top side and which is the bottom side, so that I can spray it in the appropriate colors. Lighter at the bottom, darker at the top. Well, let's paint now. So the first thing I'm going to do with painting is I'm going to spray the exposed areas of the canopy, which will essentially paint the canopy frames in the interior colors. Once done, then I'll paint over that area in the aircraft's exterior colors. Also painting the missiles here with another layer, maybe two, of white just to get it in the correct opacity. I'm painting the bottom surface of the fuselage and wings, and I'm doing it in a light ghost gray. I've painted the underside of the aircraft now in the lighter grey color. I've also painted the frames, as you can see, in the interior colors. So the next thing that we'll do is to paint the top half or the top surfaces of the aircraft in a darker grey. It's going to be called a dark ghost grey. So what I'll do is, before I paint, I'm going to do some masking. So I do use both types of tape, which is the normal straight tape for straight lines, and the flexible one, which will give us the squiggly lines where we need to. Masking's now all done. It's time to paint the top surfaces in a darker ghost grey, as I said before. Let's start painting. Finished painting the top side and the paint's dry now. As you can see, the darker grey is on. Next step that we'll do is to take off the masking. Easy does it. As I remove the mask, I usually do it very slowly so we don't pull off any paint that's already on the surfaces. And as you can see, there's the underside and top side, and there's a difference in the color between the two. The underside is that lighter grey. Now we remove the masking on the fuselage itself. At this stage, what I do is I'll give the whole aircraft a couple of coats of gloss clear. This will give the surfaces a nice smooth shine, and that will serve as a good base for putting decals on. The decals stick better to a smooth surface. There we go. As you can see, the gloss coats have gone on and dried, and you can see that it's a bit of a shine there. The decals will stick on better. So the next step that we'll do is to put on decals. So let's give that a go now. I'm going to do the tail section first, which is this bits here. I usually apply some decal set and decal softener, which helps the decals conform to the less regular shapes. Alright, now that all the decals are on, as you can see, what I'm gonna do next is to put a layer or two of gloss clear again, which will seal the decals in. Let's do that now. As you can see, I've done all the gloss coats, and you can see how glossy it is, how shiny it is. So the next thing that we're going to do is put a wash with grays and some sort of colors. I'll use a black wash, which will stand up better. We put all the wash on now. As you can see there, there's a lot of smudges. So what we do is we'll clean up those smudges and you get nice clean panel lines. So what we use is a cotton bud dipped in some thinner. Let's do that now. This. All the smudges have been cleaned off and you can see the panel lines are all nice and neat. Next step that we'll do is give the whole model a flat finish, and I use a flat clear, maybe a layer or two. I like it really flat, so let's do that now. The flat clear is now all done. As you can see, the finish is nice and flat, and you can see the panel lines all nicely done. So we'll start the finishing. Next thing that we'll do is paint the lights in. So on the wings and on the tail mostly, and on the landing gear doors in front. I will start off with the undercoat, which is silver. We're going to use some clear red for some of the lights, and also a clear green. Alright, I think all the painting's done now. So what we're going to do is do the final assembly. So here we go. I'll start with the engine intake. Almost the final step now. Everything's been put on and glued on. Painting looks good. The last thing we'll do here is to remove the masking from the clear areas, like the front windshield. So we'll do that now. If you're doing this, please make sure that you are very careful, don't cut yourself. And do it slowly. As you can see, all the masking has been taken off with nice and shiny windshields. And the last bit we'll do is put some clear blue on the front part of the windshield to give it a bit of a tint. Alright, all done, and I've done a quick inspection of everything. Looks quite good. You can see the blue tint in the front windshield. There we go. Time to put it on the display stand. Quite a good model to build. Hope you enjoyed that video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please give me a like. Until the next video, we'll see you again. Thank you so much for watching.